Welcome to our third session of the 5-element Qigong to embody your inner healer. And in this session, we are connecting with the element of water. And we will start our session with a brief and beautiful water blessing. And so when we work with the element of water, we're working with not only this element that we can touch and feel and taste, but we're working with this dynamic force that represents so much more. So to begin, if you'd like, you can orient yourself to the north. And to me, that's over here. So I'm going to face the north a little and face you. And so with the element of water in our hands, we're connecting with this direction of the north, with the season of winter, with the midnight hour, with the North Star. We're connecting with the time of our life, of our wisdom years, our elder years, the time when we come to an end. And it's a time of new beginnings that are still hidden. When we connect with water, we're connecting with archetypes in nature, such as deers and turtles, and rivers and creeks and streams and oceans, raindrops, snowfalls, waterfalls. And when we're connecting on a personal level with water, we're connecting with our kidneys, with our urinary bladder, with our sexual organs, with our hormones. We're connecting with our ears and our bones and our joints and our ancestors. So having that in your awareness as we work with the element of water. Water has a transformative quality, and in an emotional realm, it can transform fear into wisdom, into trust. Water has the ability to go into the deepest, darkest, lowliest places. It is the most humble of all the elements, the most yin, always giving. So with that in mind, as we face the north with the water asks you a gate question. And it's simply this: what needs to be released here so that you can go deeper into your most authentic self? And just as that answer starts to percolate in you, I invite you to give a humble bow and set it down, release it to the water. And when you're ready, you can feel your feet on the floor and slowly unfurl your spine and rise to the occasion, top of your head lifted. And now you're holding this cup of water. And in this moment, whatever feels true for you as a prayer, as a blessing, as your deepest knowing for yourself, for your own healing, for the healing of your line, of your family, whatever feels important to you right now, I invite you to whisper that prayer into the water. Whisper it and program it into the water. and blow it into the water. And when you're ready, take a sip of the water. Notice the temperature and notice how your mouth receives the water and then how the water goes in and down inside you into some hidden place that you know is there, yet is invisible to you. And know that that's part of the teaching of water. And if you'd like one more sip before we begin. And if it feels like wisdom to you to send a prayer to the waters of our beautiful planet, you can send those in as well. And take a moment to find a beautiful place to place your water on an altar. And let's begin. We've already bowed in, so imagine that you are stepping across the threshold. You are now in this beautiful circle in our sanctuary. And we're going to start with this bringing ourselves into vertical alignment. And so just taking a nice deep breath and feeling your breath down in your belly. And as you stand here, your feet are shoulder width apart, and you can feel as if there is a line from the top of your head, and it gently lifts the top of your head. And this line, yet it draws down from the top of your head to your pelvic floor. And then there is a line between both legs that go down into the earth. And there's a line that runs down across your chest and down both arms. You feel yourself rooted in the earth and lifted. Now you're lifted and you're connected to your personal North Star, your soul star. And when you bring your awareness to your breath and your belly and your center, you are in alignment. And we'll start with showering chi. So you're going to inhale. As you do, your body sinks and your hands open out to the horizon. As you exhale, your shoulders roll back, your hands sink, your body rises. You inhale now and you gather this sky energy and you collect it and you direct it toward your crown. As you exhale, you let your hands float down that central line, down through your feet and into the earth. This time as you inhale, connect to the earth like you're drawing up earth energy and water energy up into your hands. Your hands rise, your body sinks. You exhale and you roll your shoulders back as your body rises, and now you're mixing earth and sky, water and sky. As you inhale, and then exhale, send this water infused with sunlight energy down through your body. We'll do this a few more times. Inhale, let's connect with water this time. Feel yourself connecting with water. And now when you turn your hands over, it's like you're scooping up water. There's water in the palms of your hands, and the sunlight is touching that water as you inhale. And now you are showering this sunlight infused water down through your central channel, down into your bones. We'll practice a little bit of bone marrow washing this evening. This is a part of that practice. Bone marrow washing is a part of water element Qigong. Last one. And feel how this water infused living light is bathing your entire body as your hands float down. And from here, we're gonna, since water is so in tune with your bones and joints, we're gonna work a lot with our joints. So as we're here now, we're gonna enliven our spine. So you're gonna take a nice deep breath into your belly. And then as you exhale, your top of your head is still lifted, and yet you're turning to one side, turning from your hips, your low back, your mid back, your upper back, your neck, staying lifted. Exhale here all the way. Inhale here. And see if you can twist a little bit more. Exhale here. And inhale back to center. We're wringing out the old energy. We'll do that again. We'll inhale. Top of your head lifted, feet pulled to the earth. Exhaling from your hips, your low back, now your mid back, your upper back, your shoulders. Complete that exhale like you're wringing out old energy. Now breathe in fresh new energy here. And then exhale and wring out a little bit more. Now inhale back to center. When you're ready to exhale, just simply twist and turn to the other side. Exhaling, wringing out your low back, your mid back, your upper back. Inhale, fresh new energy. And then exhale and wring out a little bit more. Inhale back to center. Last one. Exhale to the other side, twisting, wringing out your spine. Low back, mid back, upper back. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little more, wring out some more. Inhale back to center. Nice cleansing breath. Now we'll go into knocking on the door of life. So that just means you're going to press off the earth. The energy is going to rise up through your legs, up through your central channel. And you're turning from side to side. And you are knocking and tapping on this whole area of your low back, of your kidneys, of your abdomen. In the last session, we talked a lot about this center. It's really responsible and really a contributing place for your balance and for your immune system. And now this evening, we're connecting with this center, connecting to the kidneys and your bladder and your hips. to help. And this is a classic warm-up. In Qigong, we have some classic principles we do all the time. Knocking on the door of life activates the center, brings fresh energy. It cleanses and clears. It warms your body. As you're allowing your body to build momentum, you're able to turn and look behind you a little bit more. And since we're working with water and we're in the very beginning of our practice, so we're in the cleansing and clearing stage of our practice, we're going to use the sound for water. And we're going to do the vocalized sound for water. And it sounds like this. Sounds are really cleansing and clearing. One more time. And so now we're about to transition. We're going to stop knocking on our body. We're going to turn this movement into water waves. And so you just simply keep doing the same movement with your hips and spine, but now you're not knocking on your body. Now you're connecting to this field of energy that surrounds you. You're connecting to this river of life, this current of invisible, formless energy that flows to you and through you. And so feel how your hands are flowing through this air, knowing that it's a field of potential. And let's let this water be like the river, and let it clear and cleanse and carry away anything and everything we no longer need. And let it bring fresh, new nourishment and refreshing possibilities to carry us forward. And we'll do the kidney sound again, this time not vocalized. Do it inside yourself. Do it silently, but softly inside. And start to let this start to slow down as you gradually find stillness. And just sense and feel how you've already shifted. Let's bring our hands to our kidneys and we'll do kidney breathing. So as you take a nice deep breath, we can start here with your hand on your abdomen here. Take a nice deep breath with your abdomen and really feel how when you inhale, your abdomen expands. And then as you exhale, everything pulls back. Do that one more time, expanding. Breathing into your center, helping you feel grounded and stable. Last breath. And so now this breathing, it's the same breathing, but you're bringing your hands to your kidneys. I'm going to turn to the side just a little bit. And this time as you inhale, you bend your knees just a little bit. That same expansive breath. It's just that when you breathe in, your pelvis tucks under. And then what happens is this back part expands. and you're massaging your kidneys. And so when you exhale, everything relaxes. And then you inhale, and you're broadening your back. Your kidneys are your bio batteries. So when you breathe this way, you're charging your batteries. Inhale, tuck your pelvis, knees bent, expand your back. Exhale, everything relaxes. One more time. Relaxing. Beautiful. Kidney breathing is so important when you're replenishing your yin energy. And since we're working with kidneys and kidneys are connected to your joints, we're going to oil our joints. And just for time's sake, we're going to do a lot of joints all at once. So bear with me. What you're going to do is you're going to come into vertical alignment and you're going to shift your weight over to one side and kind of come up onto your toe. And we're going to do our wrists and our ankles at the same time. We're going to go slow, but bring your mind into your wrist and bring your mind into your ankles. And just softly, whatever way feels good to you right now in your body, roll out your ankles and your wrists. Like you're oiling them, polishing them, all your joints. And now, same motion, just draw your awareness up to your elbows and up into your knees. Now you get a little bit more creative in how you're rolling out your elbows and your knees. Oiling, watering your joints. And then let this energy rise up like water up into your hips and up into your shoulders and start to oil and polish your hips and your shoulders, lubricating, moistening the joints of your body any way that feels good. And now let this energy pour back down to your elbows and your knees and back down to your wrists and to your ankles. Let that come to stillness. Anchor that foot down onto the earth. Shift your weight. Come up onto your other toe. Take a nice deep breath. Bring your mind into your wrist and your ankles as you softly, smoothly, luxuriously like water, polish and oil your joints, bringing this healing life waters to your joints. Bring the energy up into your elbows and knees. Up into your shoulders and hips. Let that oil, that water, that synovial fluid just get right into all those places, those deep places in your joints. And now Let that water pour back down to your knees and your elbows and down into your wrists, into your ankles. And then, whew, now let's just go ahead and shake it out a little bit. You're shaking out your wrists and your elbows and shoulders, your hips and your knees. If you want to, you can knock your heels on the floor. Your heels and your kidneys are so closely related. When you knock your heels, you're sending vibrations up into your kidneys. And so we'll do the healing sound for water, which is and go ahead and shake a little faster. A little faster. And now slow it down. And then slow it down and make your shakes like bigger and deeper. They're not going so fast. Now they're going deep, and you can feel how it shifts and it goes deeper into your joints. And let it start to slow down. And sense and feel. Okay. We're going to learn the meridians here. So, kidney is the yin organ, and it's paired with the yang organ of the bladder. But it's easier to just do it this way. So we're going to go ahead and start by tapping on our kidneys. Tapping on our kidneys. And then when you tap on your kidneys, you come down, kidneys. And then you can come down into your sacrum and your hips. And now, so what we're doing right now, we always work with the yin organs first, but tonight, just for this pattern, it's easier to work with the bladder organ first. So bladder meridian, excuse me. So when we're tapping down the backs of our legs, we're following the bladder meridian. So go ahead and tap down the backs of your legs and down to behind your knees. And then from there, it starts to go out to the side, the lateral sides of your body, down your calves, and it runs all the way down to your pinky toe. The bladder meridian is very long. It goes all the way down to your pinky toe. But now we're going to tap from the inside of our ankles, up the insides of our knees, up the insides of your thighs, across your pubic bone, up your central channel, up to just under your clavicle. That upward path, that's the kidney meridian. And so the bladder meridian is super long. It actually starts on the top of your head. The top of your head. And it goes down your neck. And it has two channels, two lines that goes on either side of your spine, all the way down through your kidneys, down through the backs of your legs, behind your knees, outside of your leg down to your little toe, bladder 67. And then up from the soles of your feet, inside your ankles, inside your thighs, up your central channel, your abdomen, up to your clavicles. We'll do that path just one more time. Top of your head. bladder runs down your back, down your hips, down your legs, all the way to your pinky toe, up from the soles of your feet, insides of your thighs, across your pubic bone, up your central channels to your clavicle. Sense and feel those energy rivers as they move and flow through your body. Okay, here we go. Staying with water. Water likes to go deep and it loves being in your bones, and so let's do hip circles. This is technically 2 movements here. 1 movement, you're just going to be doing very small hip circles, and then I'll give you a cue, then we'll spiral and we'll use our whole body, and then we'll come back to the hip circles, and then we'll go the other direction. So one hand is on the front, and one hand is on the back. It helps bring your mind here, and you have your hand on Mingmen, it's right here between your kidneys, your door of life, and then your hand right here in your lower dantian, and it just anchors you. And so again, taking a nice deep breath and dropping your awareness down into your hips, into your pelvis. And as you inhale, tilt your pelvis back. And with that same inhale, tilt it to one side. And now as you exhale forward to the other side, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. Small, meticulous, soft, smooth circles. As if you are bringing your awareness inside your pelvis, and you're oiling the bones of your pelvis with healing emollient of ancient living waters. Let your breath guide you. And now start to spiral slowly, small at first, and then gradually start to incorporate more and more of your body, more and more of your hips and your back and your thighs and your waist. And start to spiral outward. And just take notice of which direction you're going, if you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. It doesn't matter which way you're going, it's just the awareness of which way you're going. Inhale and really start to spiral now. Like you are, I have this vision of a beautiful cauldron in the winter. In Qigong, when we work with winter Qigong in the water, we work with the cauldron. And this cauldron is down here, and you are oiling, polishing, shining your cast iron cauldron. Right? Or putting healing oils, anointing your pelvis as you spiral outward. Now make your spirals as big as they want to be with your breath. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. This is one of my favorite movements. I have a tendency to linger here, so it's time for us to start to spiral back to or smaller circles. Gradually work your way back to the smaller circle. Back now to your small circle, and as you inhale, you're making the smoothest, softest, roundest circle. And you're making this circle smaller and smaller and smaller. And it starts now, your body's no longer moving, but you can still feel this energy like water swirling in your pelvis. There's beautiful wisdom here. Inhale, let's go the other direction. Inhaling pelvis back to one side, exhaling forward to one side, inhaling back. With your breath, soft, small circles. It's as if you had a paintbrush connected to your pelvis, you'd be drawing a circle on the floor. Let this water really seep in to the places deep inside your pelvis. Let your breath guide you. Now start to incorporate more of your body as you slowly spiral outward from your center out. Again, notice which direction you're going. As you're spiraling outward, we're making a beautiful yin-yang symbol when we interlock both of these exercises together. We're creating the path of ascendance and eminence as we spiral from our center, incorporating all of our body, making our spiral as big as we want it to be now, fully expressing. And now start to spiral back. Start to spiral smaller and smaller and smaller. Back to your small circles. Connecting with the wisdom of the water deep inside you. Now let your circles be so small you're no longer physically moving, and you can feel the energy inside you moving. And then let that energy settle, become clear. Beautiful. We are about to transition now into the next aspect of our practice. And I almost didn't do this part, but the water showed me today. So it's important. We're going to do the pump. And when you do the replay, if you do the replay, I invite you to do the pump in this next session a few times or longer, because that's what's going to create the energy for the bone marrow washing practice. So the pump, I wasn't going to do the pump for time's sake, but if you don't have circulation, your water is stagnant, no bueno. So you need the pump. So we're going to create the pump here. So you're going to raise your hands up, and then when you're going to bend your knees, your hands are going to drop down, Your knees are going to straighten, your hands are going to be behind you. You're going to bend your knees, your hands are going to come up. You just do it like this. The whole point of the pump is to create circulation down into the lower part of your body. And see how you are massaging your low back and your kidneys. And now when I first learned this, we did this in medical Qigong, and they loved giving you like really high numbers. Like, do this 3 times a day, 120 times. And you're like, okay. But what we're doing is we're creating heat. We're creating circulation, because water has a tendency sometimes to be stagnant. And in the winter, it's associated to winter, it has a tendency to be cold, icy. And when we feel cold and icy in our bones, we don't feel very good. So give yourself this moment to warm it up. All right, 118, 119, 120, 121. All right. Woo! Nice. So while you're still hot, a little bit invigorated, we want to do this next practice. And I don't know if I've shared this with you ever. This is a part of the 8 pieces of brocade. It's called Nourishing Life. So I invite you to come into a wider stance and just find whatever height works for you. So some of you will be really low, some will be higher up, whatever feels good on your knees. But whatever height it is, you want it to be a little bit of work, and you want it to be comfortable. So your hands are at your creases of your hips. Nourishing life. This is all about kidney energy, nourishing the kidneys, and this is part of the bone marrow practice. And I would love to do this with you, and what I would make us do it at least 3 times, but we're just going to do it 1 time tonight. So take a nice deep breath, sink a little deeper to where you want to be, and then as you exhale, turn to one side and look down to the outside of your ankle. And really, don't worry about your breath just yet. Just look down to the outside of your ankle. Look to the inside of that ankle. Go look to the inside of the other ankle, to the outside of the other ankle, and now inhale up. So your exhale is that whole thing. When you turn to the other side and you go down, this whole thing is your exhale. Down from one ankle to the next. Inhale up. Staying low. Okay, so inhale. Exhale, turn to one side. Trace your ankle. Inside your ankles. Inhale up. Back to center, staying low. Going to the other side. Exhale down. Inhale up. To center, stay low. Turn to the side. Exhale down. Inhale up. Turn to the side. Exhale down. Sweep across. Inhale up. Staying low. Exhale down. Cross. Inhale up. One more time on each side. Come back to center. Now slowly, slowly rise up. Stand up. You might feel a flush, like you're hot. That's perfect if you feel that way. Go ahead now and inhale. What you're doing is now inhale, and you're gathering sky energy and sunlight energy. And now collect that sunlight energy in the palm of your hand and direct it toward your crown. And we're going to stand here for a moment. The sunlight energy is fire. We want this heat. We want to bring heat below the water. That's an alchemical principle. That's how you create the elixir. So this heat, the sunlight, see this sunlight come now and start to shine down into your body. And there's a lot of depth to this practice. You could linger and you could shine it into all your bones. But for tonight, we're going to shine it down to the center of your body, down to the surface of the water, down deep inside your hips and your pelvis, down your kidney water. And now let this sunlight penetrate the surface of the kidney water, of the sacred pool within you, all the way down to the floor, to the earth under the water. And transfer that sunlight down under the earth, under the water, like magma, like a volcano. When you bring this light down from the surface and down under, you start to heat the water. The water then turns into a vapor. That vapor is a healing mist. That's the elixir of longevity. That's what the Taoist alchemists were seeking. So breathe in and start to feel as if there is magma under the water, creating heat, creating vapor and steam. As if there is a lake or an ocean, and underneath it there's a volcano, warm. And now let this mist, let's let our hands start to slowly float down. And as we let our hands slowly float down, the sunlight is now bathing our bones, bathing your brain. Your bone marrow and your brain matter are deeply connected to kidney energy. So you're bathing and washing and nourishing your brain, bathing and washing and nourishing your bones and your bone marrow, of your spine, of your ribs. Letting this energy go all the way down into your hips, into your legs, to every bone. And so now as your hands come closer, what you do is you bring your thumbs together, and your hands are not touching your abdomen, but you're stirring this in. You're stirring in this heat. You're bringing this fire closer to the water to create this vapor, this steam. And if you start to sense and feel the steam, let the steam rise and bathe your kidneys. And let this steam nourish and wash your kidneys, nourish and wash your sexual organs, your genitalia. And let this kidney, this energy, this steam that you're creating, let it now bathe any area that needs healing. Send it to any area that needs healing. Beautiful. And if your feet are wide like mine, walk your feet closer in. And if you still feel the steam, wonderful. And if you don't, that's perfectly okay. Let's go into opening the flow. And so as your hands float up, as you take a nice deep breath, and then as you exhale, your hands float down. You're inhaling And if you have steam, you're going to let that steam and water rise up your back. And as you exhale, it's going to flow down the front of your body. But just simply come into the flow. Nice and slow. Inhaling, hands up to your shoulders. Exhaling, hands float down. And just let this flow, let this energy circulate through your entire body, up your spine, down the front. Go slow to enter the flow, connecting to water. Connecting to this intrinsic power that's within you. The same power that's in the volcano, that's in the wave of the ocean, in every river. And now we're going to come into the classic water movement, which is the fountain. So when your hands float down, sense and feel this energy that's in you, in the palms of your hands. Taking a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, just gently bend forward, your hips glide back. The backs of your hands come close to almost touching. And then when you inhale, you have a soft spine wave as your hands float up to your clavicles, your elbows drop. Exhale, your hands will float out. And you bend forward. Inhaling, body rises. Exhaling, hands float out. And we are tracing the kidney meridian. We're tracing this line from the soles of your feet up through your legs, up through your central channel to your clavicle, and now out. You are the fountain. And so feel this, imagine if you will, this bubbling, refreshing geyser spring under the soles of your feet, rushing up through this meridian. Refreshing energy, just feel this bright, clear, light, blue, watery, effervescent energy up this meridian and out. We're now utilizing the color to tonify and to cultivate this energy in our body. We're no longer releasing and letting go. Now we're creating more of it and circulating it. Drawing up this blue light through your meridian, through the rivers of energy, through your body. One more time. And as your hands float down, like your hands are filled with light and water, just go ahead and, I'm going to turn around so you can see me. Go ahead and direct, like you're gathering water and you're directing this water light toward your kidneys. This blue light. Feel your kidneys fill up with beautiful, refreshing blue light. Nourishing your deep yin. This posture is called bear standing still. Releasing your hands. We're coming close to our completion, and there's one more piece. This is an introduction and an integration. So one hand comes behind you. It cradles your kidneys. The other hand is on facing up. So when you turn toward the side that your hand is up, turn from your waist, and now hinge at your waist and bend down and sweep your hands through water. And then when you rise up, it's as if you have a paintbrush and you're painting a circle. This is called Zen circles. You're dipping down into the water and then rising up into the sky, into the light. You're dipping down into the cool, cold water, wet, up into the warm, dry, bright light. Down into the mystery, into the unknown, the unseen. Up into the known, the seen. Dipping down into the form. Up into the formless. Into yin. Down in the yin. Up into the yang. And so now this is an introduction and an integration. So we're going to harvest the memories, the gifts of the water that the water has given to us this last year, thinking back to winter, thinking back to your experiences with the water, with the rivers, with the ocean and the rain, your water blessings. When you reflect back, you no longer have to dip down now. Just make a circle in front of you. As you're reflecting back, what wisdom gifts has water offered you? What blessings and insights? And as you are receiving the wisdom and gifts of the water, let your circle start to spiral smaller, like you are drawing them in, like you are collecting and harvesting. You're extracting the wisdom from the experience, making your circle smaller and smaller and smaller, extracting the gratitude and the gifts. It's so small now, you're just now starting to just move your wrist. And then when you're ready, with a heart full of gratitude, inhale and draw those gifts into your lower dantian. Like you receive the gifts of water. Beautiful. Now, this front hand floats forward, the back hand floats out. The front hand becomes the back hand becomes the front. Turning from your waist, dip down. We are connecting. This is an introduction and an integration. We just went to the past to remember, which water is full of memory. Now we're going into the future, because water has wisdom for us and is preparing us for our path. We've been on our path our whole life. We seed our path. We're constantly creating our own path, and there's wisdom that the water wants to share with us, that we're looking forward to. As we know that we are a part of this whole bigger cycle of life. And so now you don't have to bend down as you make your circles. And you are connecting with water as you are in this place of curiosity and wonder about what the water is preparing you for. what the water is beckoning you toward, calling you, whispering you, teaching you. For this, as you think to this winter, and as you start to open yourself to receive the wisdom of your path, of your future, knowing it's not going to be super clear, it's okay, it's mystery. But open up with trust. That's what water teaches you. Trust to go with the flow. Where is the flow taking you? The most effortless path, not lazy. It's a powerful path, one that you're not forcing. And so bringing this wisdom to you, making your circle smaller and smaller as you are collecting and receiving the wisdom of the water as it's drawing you toward it, and you draw it toward you, making your spiral smaller and smaller. When you're ready, inhale and draw that wisdom into your lower dantian and feel as if water just poured into your lower dantian, poured into your cauldron, into your hips, into your reservoir, your personal reservoir, filling you up. So you're not giving from an empty cup. You're filled back up. Now, letting that back hand, releasing that back hand, bringing your feet closer together, reaching up, pulling down the heavens, integrating this experience. It's been a powerful, beautiful water experience. And so as your hands float down from heaven, just like rain on a summer day, let this energy just pour down, integrate, and refresh you so that you feel complete in your practice. You feel integrated and whole, peaceful. Breathing in, breathing up, one breath down. Smoothing out all the rough edges. Coming to completion. This is our last one. Letting this energy settle and let it pour down. Feel it literally come down out of your head, out of your heart, down into your belly. Pour down into your belly and seal it in, one hand over the other. And bring your feet even closer together. Seal and making a circle with your hands, sealing it in. Giving thanks to the water for completing our practice now. We're going to bow out. Right hand makes a fist. Left hand covers it. Bring it to your heart, knowing you have the capacity to hold the paradox. And as we bow, we humbly bow forward like water. We bow to water. We bow to each other. We bow to this practice. We bow to our teachers, teachers, and the teacher within. And when you're ready, inhale and draw that back inside yourself and step out. I invite you to journal about the gifts that you receive from this practice, the gifts that you receive from water in the past that you excavated and brought to the future, the present moment. Also to journal about where water may be leading you, and journal about the future. And I'll meet back with you in our next session. Thank you.